NFL Neville, an 18-year-old high school senior in Ohio, is set to become the next sports superstar. LeBron James' basketball talent is a national sports obsession. His team's games are covered on ESPN, and he's expected to be the #1 NBA draft choice this year. Well, now the Ohio High School Athletic Association has some questions about where the young man got enough money to buy a $50,000 Hummer. Let's get the details now from Joe Mason at affiliate station WOIO in Akron, Ohio.
LeBron James isn't living a life of luxury yet, but his luxury SUV may turn his life upside down.
Well, no one ever gave me a car, but then I'm not 6'8" with a great move to the hoop.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association is now investigating how James received this $55,000 Hummer. Gloria James claims she gave the vehicle to her son for his 18th birthday.
It was just a nice birthday present. You know, that's the way I see it.
A present you would like to get too.
Yeah, I really like to get one of those.
According to an association bylaw, an athlete forfeits his or her amateur status by capitalizing on athletic fame by receiving money or gifts of monetary value.
Of course, they need to investigate about it. They need to, because he ain't supposed to be having no Hummer, no.
If James violated any of the rules, he would have to give up his amateur eligibility. Officials at James High School, St. Vincent St. Mary, wouldn't comment about the investigation, but are cooperating with the state's investigation.
If I had a vehicle like that and I was 17 years old, I'd expect them to investigate me too.
A gift or something more? It's the $50,000 question here, and many are waiting for an answer. In Akron, Joe Mason, Action News.
All right, so here to talk about it is Lenny Elmore, a contributor to ESPN. Hello. He's a former college and NBA player and attorney. Also, Steve Malzberg, a radio talk show host on WABC and a columnist at Newsmax.com. Welcome, both of you.
Hi, Arthel.
All right, Steve.
Thanks.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. Steve, okay, rich kids drive expensive cars. Why can't LeBron?
Well, if it's against the rules, then obviously he can't. And there's only one way to find out, and that's through the investigation, which they're doing now. You know, look, they say that the mother got the loan from the bank, even though they live in public housing, because the bank and many banks reportedly have been calling the mother and the family, offering loans because they expect a big payoff. They expect that the money will be able to be paid back later once he hits the jackpot in the NBA. So if they got the loan legally, I don't see any problem with him having a car. If it was against the rules, then he should be thrown out, and he'll still be drafted #1 by the NBA. So either way, really, this kid doesn't lose, and I don't have a problem with the car.
Okay, so Lenny, let's talk about the rules. What gifts are allowed?
Well, no gifts are allowed based upon your performance as an athlete unless they come from immediate family. And, you know, obviously if that's the case, fine. But this is a bigger issue. You know, it just points up the absurdity of a high school kid getting this kind of national attention because he's so much better than every high school kid and has a talent that, you know, the professionals want to trade on. I mean, I don't blame LeBron James himself one bit if he's going to capitalize on these skills. He's in a position of making double-digit $1 million before he even plays a professional game. But the fact is, in a larger sense, there are so many wannabes out there who think they're as good as LeBron James, and when it comes down to developing skills that might be marketable otherwise, instead of chasing the windmill of a professional basketball career, they're going to fall short. And, you know, many of these kids are going to wind up backing up the bus, picking them up, pass and go, and going directly to jail and other places.
Yeah,
that's
but
the problem, that we're so obsessed. We're so obsessed with that again, we're painting a picture that is unreachable for most kids. And most kids who don't have that skill are going to try, and as I said, they're going to give up on the opportunity to develop skills that might be marketable in other ways.
But Len, with all due respect, it doesn't matter if they try to emulate this 1 in a million talent and think they could go straight from high school to the pros without doing their studies, or if they emulate a college superstar basketball player and they think that the thing to do is forget the studies in high school and go to the basketball court so they could get the scholarship to college. Either way, it's wrong to do, and it's much bigger than this one man. The parents of these kids and the teachers have to drum home the message that you can't just rely on your athletic ability for the 99% of the time. There are the exceptions. But to say because he's so talented and he drives the car, he's a bad example, wouldn't matter if they emulated somebody in college growing up and they'd say, I'm going to be like him, forget the books anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. Hang on for me, Lenny. Let me get
in college.
Lenny, hang on. I want to hear that thought, but let me get Bill in here quickly. Do you think it's okay for LeBron to be driving this car or not? Yeah, you can have the mic. Go right ahead, sir.
I think the first thought came to me is that mother used very poor judgment in doing that.
I think a loan that was offered to her?
Even, well, not a matter of offering it to her. They don't offer them unless that you go and apply for them.
No, that's not true. Now, you know they solicit people. They know this guy's going to be a multi-millionaire. But I have to take a break. May I have the mic back now, please?
All I want to say is I think that she used poor judgment.
Okay. We have to take a break. Don't forget, tomorrow's Wednesday, and that's Charles Barkley Day here on Talkback Live. We're back after this break, okay?
What the world needs now. Choose the resorts everyone loves. Sandals, where couples can escape to 11 hideaways voted world's best and...
CNN.
Interesting comment from Leon in Alabama. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about whether young amateur athletes should be allowed to accept cash and other gifts. Going to the phone now, Ohio. Mike, I understand you played with LeBron. Is that true?
Yes.
Or against him? Which one is it?
Against him.
Yes? So what do you think about this story? You think LeBron should be driving around in that car? It's a loan from his that his mother took out at the bank?
I don't see why there's a problem with it at all. I don't think he should be getting that for playing high school basketball, but for being on ESPN and the #1 draft pick and all that, I don't see the problem at all. He's a great athlete, and even if he doesn't get in the NBA, he's going to make it to the NFL.
Now, Mike, NFL, he's good at football as well?
Yeah, that's what I played him against.
Wow. Okay, Mike, so when you hear stories like this and see this kind of stuff happening to people like LeBron, does this say to you, forget college, I'm going straight to the pros, or do you still have aspirations to go to college?
Me, myself, I still have aspirations to go to college. I know that he's an exceptional athlete, and he's like a once-in-a-lifetime deal, you know?
Okay, Mike, thank you very much, and good luck in high school and college, okay?
All right, thank you.
And Lenny, going to you now, what if this turns out to be a gift from an outsider? What happens to LeBron?
Well, I'm sure that they'll strip him of his status as a basketball player, high school basketball player, and I think St. Vincent, St. Mary's will probably wind up forfeiting the games that they won. Interestingly enough, all the money they're making on this scholastic, fantastic LeBron James tour, the money that the school made, I'd be interested to find out whether or not they have to give that back because they had an ineligible player playing. Well, but the point that the caller made essentially is he wants to go to college. He's got the support mechanism probably that puts all this in perspective. My worry is all the other kids who don't have that support mechanism, who can't put it in perspective, all the kids who live in the projects with LeBron James and others. That's where the problem is.
All right, but Len, what are you suggesting? Certainly you're not suggesting that James give up this opportunity to go right to the pros and become an instant millionaire coming
Steve,
from a family of poverty.
I said that from the beginning. I don't blame LeBron James himself. But for most kids, 99.9%.
Then who do you blame, Lenny? Who do you blame in
windmills.
this situation?
I blame us. This is a systemic breakdown. I blame us. I blame the media, which is us. I blame parents and others who don't get involved.
Lenny?
We're covering a story, and ESPN has covered the story once, and that's legitimate. That's legitimate.
He's an extraordinary player. Of course he's making news, right?
But what happens is the other parts of the media, and the media, sports media particularly, we carry the hyperbole so far that reasonable inference and facts kind of get distorted.
Len, we have to start with education.
Oh, man. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. We're out of time. Lenny Elmore and Steve Malzberg, thank you so much for joining us here today. Do appreciate it. Okay, wish we had more time. Now it's your turn to tell me what you think. Does it matter if amateur athletes accept gifts for their talent? That's our question of the day. And I want you to give me a call right now at 1-800-310-4CNN. Or, of course, you can email me at talkback@cnn.com, and I'll take your comments next. So stay right there.